Hello, guys. Well, I made it to day two. I'm going to say I'm proud of myself. I want to throw myself a little party because this is the first time I've done actually day two. And I'm excited about that. But today I want to talk about, um, I'm going to share some things that I do and some things that I can imagine that people need to do to gain peace. As a foundation of Lifestyle and Lotus, I'm really trying to focus and help people focus on being authentic and saving themselves in it. Because I feel like it's so hard to do both because we spread ourselves so thin. We're so invested in the karma of everyone else instead of just focusing on ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And it's just important to create a life of clarity and of joy and of peace and space. And with toxic behavior, it can be very difficult to be able to embrace that. But if you've ever felt drained by any type of relationship, this is a video for you, because even though these are things I also need to start taking more account for, this is definitely going to be some get to the point ones. So let's get to it. So one thing is, I was raised by Aries and we like to get down to it. And yes, stop going back and forth with these people. That is number one. Let go of the arguments. You cannot, you can't keep going down that road with folk. And it's come to my conclusion that people put you in some of those positions to go back and forth with them because it makes them feel important. And I'm going to choose, going forward, I'm going to choose to not prove my point and not give you my energy. And that's where I would go. Like, you got to be able to let this stuff go. Some people are only doing this to you to make you give them that energy, to throw you off of your game, to have you upset that you had to do it. And just find ways to stay in your peace instead of getting out of pocket for people. I know this is difficult for some, especially because I'm one of those people. I'm super petty. If you want to go down to the ground, I'm going to take you to hell. And I think it's just important that I need to stop doing that, because that is exactly, those people thrive off of someone thinking that they're important. And it is time for you to let them know that they are not important enough for to disrupt your energy and the place that you're going. Releasing one-sided relationships. It's so weird because I wonder sometimes if people actually know that they are not meeting you halfway. I mean, you don't do stuff. I know that you're not supposed to give love and stuff like that, hoping that someone will give you the same. Like, you're supposed to just do it. But you gotta, if nobody's reciprocating that love for you, it's just draining you, because eventually you realize that over time, and that's the hard part about it, is over time, you realize that these people really don't care. Sometimes people get it, but most times people don't even realize until it's too late that you've been giving all you got, waiting for something to come back for you. And it is important for people to give you mutual exchange from the gate. People who are not giving you mutual exchange from the gate have nothing to lose. They have no skin in the game, and it is easier for those people to leave you alone. Meanwhile, you're sitting there, you've already paid to be on the train for how long it be. It could be years sometimes. And becomes very expensive to be on the train that long. And at that time, you don't want to let go all of your investment, but then you have to figure out how to do that. But Once, like from the gate, if people are not meeting you halfway, just let them go. Just let them go. Okay. We have to stop trying to save all the hoes. Stop trying to save these people. Put an end to the fixer mentality. Virgo here. It's been 3 days since I last tried to help somebody be a better person. That's most of us. A lot of us are out here saying, well, I'm this amazing person. I see these things. I am self-aware. I have done the work. You know, this person, sometimes they just need help. Stop helping these people. Stop helping these people. People depend on you to carry a lot of the weight. And it goes back to the one-sided relationships. Like people depend on you to do that. They know you're going to do it. And when you're doing that, it is just, it's, it's taking away time from your journey. It is. Okay. You, all the time you spend on fixing them, it's really something deeper than that. You got to let it go. People do what they want to do. And it doesn't matter how much energy you put into it, they're still going to do what they want to do. And you're still going to end up looking crazy because you tried this hard to help someone. And then you'll end up realizing later how hurtful it is to know that you were willing to give of yourself and they didn't want it. So take that out of your, just let that go. We're going to put down the mask. I just went to a conference this weekend for women at my union, costumers union. Well, it was my industry film union. And we had a whole conversation about this mask thing, and it's carrying around this smile when you are battling inside. And we have to put down this mask. Stop hiding behind a smile. Stop hiding behind everything being great if it's not. Just because you pretend to be hurt, to not be hurt, does not mean you're not hurt. And when you have certain relationships that rob you of your peace, it's like we're almost trying to shield them from the fact that we have our own turmoil. But you know, those people don't shield you from theirs. They put all that shit right on you. That is not okay. It's not okay. And one of the things I would, if you're having a hard time with that type of boundary, one of the things we did talk about was the 8 minutes. Like, hey, do you have 8 minutes? You know, letting people around you know that if you are not, if they want to have, if they want to unload on you, they need to ask you. You know, you need to have permission to unload all that shit on me. And if you don't have permission, if I can't handle it, it is okay for you to say, hey, I cannot handle that because I have some things happening and I'm trying to heal and focus my energy on taking care of those things. That is okay. We do not have to always be okay. So I'm also the president of the Overthinkers Anonymous. And as the president, I have lost so many hours of sleep trying to figure out how to save the world. We have to quiet our minds. Coming up with routines in our life that help us settle ourselves and counteract this overthinking in our minds is so important. The past is a lesson, it's not our destination. Things work themselves out. Some things cannot be changed, but just because they cannot be changed does not mean the future cannot be altered. We have to come up with things that we can do in our life, practices that are intentional, that as soon as we start going to this place, we can figure out how to put it down and give ourselves space and room to settle. This is something that you have to be super intentional about. But once you are able to at least do half, like you have to do it like a small thing at a time. If you can learn how to settle your mind just a little bit, so many things in your life, the anxiety attacks, some of the depression, um, will find a place where they are not as debilitating as they have been. I know I struggle with overthinking, and the overthinking really does rob you of time in your life because you're so busy thinking about those things, and we really could be moving to something else. Demanding healthy behavior. Stop letting people fuck with you. If people don't want to do what is necessary, tell them to go on about their business. People don't want to do be right. Let them just go on. Demand that people start coming at you a certain way. You don't have to change your verbiage or your voice or anything, but people should know that your space, your time should be respected. And you don't are not gonna you're not gonna be riding this wave with them of toxic behavior. They can leave that wherever they was at. And you have to demand your boundaries. Put 10 toes down and let people realize some people are gonna just have to find out this is where I am with this, and I'm not doing that. Okay. Stop going along to get along. If you don't want to do it, if it's not your calling, if it's not your ministry, just let it go. It's okay for you not to be on everybody's bandwagon. It is it is a show of authenticity when you decide that things that are for you are for you, and if they're not for you, then they are not a part of your life. You have to honor your truth with that. It is so okay. Um, and this is a transformational thing that happens in your life. And eventually, people will realize to stop putting you in that basket with them if that's not where you're supposed to be. People will stop pushing social stuff on you if that's not where you want to be. You have to create that. And it's important for when you are starting new relationships with people that you are doing some of these things from the gate, because it is difficult for people to turn around and realize that they've been acting with your avatar this whole time. You have to start doing this from the gate with people. Choosing confidence without external validation. Everybody's not going to make you feel good about the person who you are. Stop looking for it. Stop looking for people to tell you're a good person. You either are or you're not. You know, it's not a huge, like, you don't have to go look this up. You know that if you're a piece of shit or if you're not. You already know it. You know if you got an attitude or not. You know if you're not personable or approachable. You already know that. Stop looking for people to tell you something that you already know. You're supposed to know about yourself by now, especially if you're over 40 years old, like I am. You're supposed to know about yourself by now. And if you don't know about yourself, then you need to do an internal audit, and you need to go to have some self time to figure that out, because you still looking for people to tell you that you're okay and it's okay to be you. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that like ASAP. Letting people stay where they at. Let people be where they at. Let people If people want to take care of themselves, let them stay there. It's too much energy that you put into bringing people along for the journey. And if people want to stay where they at, let them stay in that stagnation. And you can be free. I'm telling you, people who don't want to grow with you or people who just don't want to grow. Like, people have to grow on their own. We always think that, hey, I just want to bring all my friends with me. I want us to all be in heaven together. Baby, we ain't all going. Let them go. And there is a freedom in releasing yourself from the responsibility of other people's ascension. Let it go. Focus on your blessing and not comparisons. Everybody got their own thing. Gratitude turns into something else when you have enough of it. The thought of what it is turns into something else. And you cannot compare your blessing, your gratitude, the things you're thankful for with what anybody else has going on. We all, even though some of us are similar, we are more different than we are similar, to be honest. And you have to just realize that and take that as your walking papers for anything you're involved in. Now, this last one, because of the holiday season is coming up, I feel even more important to discuss this one very shortly. Blood is not thicker than peace. Okay? Your peace is important. During the holiday seasons, a lot of us feel compelled to be with these family members who either ain't shit, are super toxic, give us feelings of, instability. You are not like bound to having these people still in your life. Some of us got people in our lives who have done things to us that they need to be in jail. Those people need to get the hell on. You need to stop inviting these people to your home. You need to stop going to events just because somebody in your family said, but it's a family thing. Okay? You are in control of yourself. And if you got kids, your kids. It is your job to protect y'all's peace at all times. It is your job to make sure that you are advocating for peace in your life. And the people who are around you also is contagious to them. So whatever with that, if you know that you're about to be in an environment this holiday season and it is not healthy for you, just don't do it. Show yourself that you care about you by taking this out of your purview, taking this out of your schedule for this holiday season, and keep it going even after the season is over. So that's my thing. Those are just 11 things that I could think about that I feel like were really important in learning how to protect your peace. And we just got to do better with that. I know our society doesn't really value or show the value to it because it's like automatically thought as being selfish. But yeah, get selfish then. If that's what it is, get selfish. It's okay for people to disrupt you, but it's not okay for you to disrupt. No, that's not a thing. So I hope this resonated with some people. Please send it in the comments. Let me know, what are you doing to maintain your peace? How are you getting that done? How are you facilitating that in your life and making it a standard for how you feel and how you live and how you uplift yourself? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am fighting for likes and subscriptions because, let's see, what's it called? External validation. I know. Ugh. Anyway, please, I am looking though to see how I'm doing and if these things resonate, or maybe I need to learn how to cut this up more and edit this more so that it works better. Anyway, it was a pleasure. Um, this is one of the foundations of Lifestyle and Lotus, and I'm really glad I could bring this to y'all today. I will see you on day 3. I'll be thinking about it all day on what I can talk about, but I hope this went well. Bye.